Welcome to the warm-up, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. We are into district play pretty much everywhere across the state. So this is where things really get heated up. So we need to get you warmed up.
Every team is officially past the halfway mark. 5 more weeks to go. Let's get things started. Taking a look at some key Week 7 matchups in the Louisiana Hot Sauce Hot Zone. Well, it had to happen eventually, right? With the top 3 teams' Houston area rankings coming from District 21-6A, sooner or later they'd have to face off. Well, Thursday is the night as third-ranked Summer Creek visits number 1 North Shore. Mustangs have won 38 consecutive district games, which includes quite a few against the Bulldogs. Does that mean Summer Creek will come into this game scared? Heck no! Bulldogs have been sensational this year. They've won all 5 of their games on the schedule, including 2 shutouts. And it's the defense that produced those goose eggs that Coach Kenny Harrison will be leaning on Thursday night. Sure, running back Lloyd Avant will do what he normally does and gobble up yards, but if Summer Creek is to have a chance, they'll have to make stops. Easier said than done against a team like North Shore, who's been clicking on all cylinders. Taylor Bailey has been masterful at running that offense with targets like Christopher Barnes and a bruising speedster like DeAndre Hardiman out of the backfield. Mustangs have all the tools in their toolbox. Pay close attention to how this game starts. The Bulldogs can make a stop on the opening possession. This one could get real fun. However, if North Shore punches them in the mouth right off the bat, might get away from Summer Creek quick. Another game of interest comes out of 15-6A. Klein Collins takes on Tomball Memorial. Collins took a tough shutout loss to Summer Creek, but besides that, really controlled the games they've won to get to 4-1. Tucker Parks is a dependable dual threat for the Tigers as they look to remain undefeated in district play. Tomball Memorial was quietly working their way through their schedule unnoticed until they dropped 79 points and a very good Klein Kane team. Now everybody notices them. The Wildcats are undefeated and have proven they can play pretty much any style. 4 out of their 5 games, they've only given up 7 points or less. But when it's time for a shootout, well, that's Klein Kane, how that worked out for him. Our gut tells us this could be a score-for-score type game. And if our gut is right, that ought to be fun.
The Hot Zone is presented by the original Louisiana brand hot sauce. When you need to bring the heat, make all your game day snacks better with Louisiana hot sauce. Warm up your game day with the authentic flavors of ancient cooking. So thin, so crisp, so good, Xochitl.
We caught up with TCU commit and Hightower running back Jeremy Payne on the recruiting trail, presented by Xochitl Chips and Salsa.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Payne, and I'm a running back from Hightower High School. What made it really the school for me was my running back coach, Mr. Coach Jones. And the reason is because I could see how passionate he is with his students and the student athletes of the school, and he wants us to really pass in education, not just playing football. He wants us to succeed in life. Well, the reason why I'm dangerous on the field is because my speed and my vision. And you compare speed and vision, you could cut back. I use a lot of cutbacks, so every time I cut back, I just use my speed to get around people, really, and break through tackles, arm tackles. That really makes it fun. Now, that's not always serious. It's not always just training. They really help me focus me into having fun and not just straight football, really. Well, I watch anime, first of all. I watch it, and my brother always called me and ask me, hey, did you watch this new anime? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And I played the game with him too, play Call of Duty and all that. Being the greatest running back to ever come out of Hightower. And I want to retire number 6. So I want to say sorry in advance for the people that want to wear number 6.
We we can't get our cameras to all the big games, so here's some other games to keep an eye out for in the hype. One game to look out for is Dickinson at Clear Falls. 24-6A is one of those 17 districts where playoff spots can be tricky to get. These two teams look to be solidly in, but their main concern is that district throne. The Gators took a big loss to Atascocita, who frankly many teams go down to, but since then have reeled up 4 in a row. And last week they beat another challenger to the crown, Clear Springs, by 3 touchdowns. If Dickinson beats Clear Falls, you can all but say the title is theirs. John Solomon has done everything that Coach John Snelson has asked him to do from that quarterback position, and the Gators secondary has been locking them down. Clear Falls got off to a tough start with 3 consecutive losses, but they've won their last 2 and feel like they can make a run at first place. Much like Solomon for Dickinson, the Knights' Landon Vessel is the controlling piece to a successful Clear Falls offensive attack. If he can limit the Gators' ability to snuff out big plays, perhaps Clear Falls will be sizing their fingers up for a district ring. In 8-5A Division I, Barbers Hill is looking to get back in title contention with a win over Baytown Lee this Friday. Eagles lost to LaPorte a couple of weeks ago, and then last week took out their frustrations on Goose Creek Memorial by beating them 70-0. Cody Fuentes leads an Eagles aerial attack that can just mesmerize an opposing defense. However, Fuentes has a counterpart in the Ganders gunslinger, LeVay Duncan, who can put the ball on point as well. This has a chance of being a fun one, as Barbers Hill is hoping to keep track with Port Arthur Memorial and LaPorte in that district race.
Warm up your game day with the authentic flavors of ancient cooking. So thin, so crisp, so good. Xochitl.
Let's take a look back at who won our defensive title belt. Plus, see who might come home with one this week in the Buzz. Bel Air Episcopal has been dominating all SPC foes this year, and they really bottled up the Episcopal School of Dallas offense last week. Got a couple of interceptions, including a pick 6 to win the game 42-9 and the defensive title belt. This week, watch out for Willis to make a run at that belt. Much has been said about the Cats' explosive offense, but their defense can hold their own as well and could prove that against College Park Thursday night. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you are all warmed up for this week's Texas high school football.